Hello rail fans, welcome to another episode of French Fried Trains. It's Sunday, January 17th, 2021. We went to 2nd Street Market in the late afternoon. We didn't wait long for the first train to arrive. Listen to that old EMD roar as an old Sd72 leads this train, followed by an ES40DC. The Sd42 was originally built for the seaboard coastline. Heading around the curve on a snowy day, he's going to need more yard. This was J782. We have a lot of long trains in this video, so we'll be jumping around to save time. He had a cut of refrigerator cars on today. And a couple more. These two are Union Pacific reefers. And some green Procore tank cars. And some loaded center beam cars bring up the rear. After he went by, before I had even had time to get back in my car, I heard another train horn on the other side of town. There's another CSX train coming right up behind him, hot on his heels. This one took about 6 or 7 minutes to get across town and up by me. An intermodal train, coming in slow due to that train in front of him. Led by an ES44ACH and an AC44CW, still in the YN2 paint scheme. He's crawling around the curve on his restricting lunar signal. A few minutes in here, and he gets to accelerate a tiny bit and pick up a tiny bit of speed as the dispatcher allows him to proceed 1 signal block north. And there you heard the drawbar slat go in as he has to slow back down again. And check out this solid wall of JB Hunt intermodal containers. We're at the end of the train now, and he's really creeping. The reason he had to slow down so much is that J782 in front of him had to work, need more yard, and he's blocking all the tracks up there. So this train had to stop south of the yard. Since he was going so slow and I figured he was stopping, I decided to race him up to Leo Street and try to catch the head end again. But by the time I got there, he was already stopped blocking that crossing. So I went a few more blocks north and seen the head end was stopped just south of the bridge over the Miami River. I toyed with waiting for him to go across, but it would have involved getting out of my car, walking half a mile down to the bridge, and the sun was going down at that point and it was cold, so I left. The next time I went out was to Washington Street on Monday the 18th. I didn't wait long for the first train. And we get a horn salute from the engineer there as a pair of SD42s lead. The leader is an ex-Conrail unit, as noted by its high above the cab headlight. The trailing unit was originally built for the Seaboard coastline. This was another northbound J782, heading north out of Cincinnati. We'll skip ahead on this one too, because in this dim, just after dawn light, my camera was having a hard time focusing. About 6 minutes later, the end of the train went by. After he passed, it was about a half an hour before anything else happened. And this next one had a nice little surprise for us. What an awesome surprise. All Union Pacific power on this southbound Norfolk Southern train. An ES44ACH leads, followed by an old Sd70M, and then an AC44C6M. This was a nice surprise, as it had been over a year since I caught Union Pacific power. That lead unit even had a flag on the front handrails. This was another monster-long freight train. Check this out. Whatever's on these center beam cars is wrapped in tarps. The door on this auto rack is open. And finally, the end of this beast passes by us. About 20 minutes later, we'd have our next visitor, but it wasn't a train, it was the Norfolk Southern track inspector, making his rounds. About 10 minutes after that, we noticed the CSX signal was green. We've got another train coming. Another pair of old SD42s. The leader, originally built as a straight SD40 for the clinch field, and the trailing unit, also built as a straight SD40 for the B&O. This southbound was J783, the counterpart train to the 782 we saw earlier. A little splash of color there. A few minutes later and we're at the end of the train, brought up by some tank cars. Immediately after he passed, the signal went lunar. There's another southbound coming right behind. About 25 minutes later, it arrived. an awesome Sd70Mac leads, followed by an ES44 ACH. A great catch. I think this might have been Q507, but I'm not actually sure on that. This tank car's got a layer of snow. Lots of auto racks mixed in on this guy. And a 5-pack of empty Viking ship style well cars with a do not load, return for repair sticker on them. The door's cracked open on that boxcar. And some Chicago Northwestern hoppers mixed into this cut. Well, rail fans, that's all for this episode of French Fried Trains. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Have a great day. Stay safe.